What's up guys, John here and welcome back to John Moon Studios. In this week's video, we're going to be talking about how to add rhythmic patterns into your pads in order to add some cool production into your mixes. So let's get right to it. Alright, so here I have a pad, an 808, and an Apple loop. So the way I got this Apple loop is just by clicking the little loop thing here and then go to instruments, and I chose to use a beat. So I'm going to be using the altered state beat 1 in order to show you this example. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to listen to the beat, and then I'm going to explain how we can actually add elements of the beat into our pad to give it kind of like this gating effect. So let's go ahead and listen to what we have here. Right, so that's the little beat. It's a 2-measure beat, and it was clipping a little bit. So let me actually turn down the volume here. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add a noise gate into the pad element here. So as an insert, we're going to go to the insert, go to dynamics, and then go to noise gate. Now what we're going to do is we're going to side chain the audio, which is the beat here, the audio form, and we're going to put it into the side chain box up here. Now what this is going to do is it's going to add elements of the beat and pretty much compress or gate the audio of the beat into the pad so we can get some of those intricate elements like the hi-hat or the kick or the snare or whatever you want to get from it. So let's go ahead and see if I mute this. You don't really need to have it on, but you can mute it. And now let's see what it does to the pad. So I'm just going to solo the pad here. Right, so nothing's really happening here, but we see that the noise gate is saying there's something, happening. It's opening and closing here. So what's going to control the amount of detail that you're going to get from this is the threshold. The higher the threshold, the more you're going to hear the elements of the beat. So let's see what happens. All right, so you see that the higher I go, the more detail it gets. The next thing we're going to look at is the reduction here. So what this is going to do is it's actually, instead of just opening and closing, what it's going to do is it's going to leave a little bit of volume in between the pads so that it can sound a little bit more natural instead of choppy. So let's see what happens if I mess with the reduction knob. Right, so you see it sounds more natural, less choppy. So this is the ideal kind of setting you want to do with the reduction knob here in order to, so you could still hear the pad sound, because if you don't do that, then it's going to sound too choppy, and the pad sound is pretty much going to, you're not really going to enjoy it in the mix. So you raise the reduction knob a little bit. You can also mess around with the attack, hold, and release. This pretty much affects how fast it attacks, how fast the gate attacks. So let's go ahead and mess around with these knobs. Right, so let me actually turn up the release a little bit and the hold so you can hear what the attack can do. Right, so when the attack is higher, you obviously hear more of a swell, and when the attack is lower, you hear a more detailed entrance to each of these little gating patterns. So with the hold is going to be how long, the compressor or the noise gate is going to hold this gate. So let's see what happens. Right, so at some point you lose it, so you want to pretty much mess around with it to see what kind of fits your production. And the release, of course, is the tail end of it. So when it finishes the gating pattern, how does it smooth out back into the pad sound? So let's see what it sounds like. Right, so you can mess around with it. So now let me just dial it in so that it sounds a little bit natural, and then I'll add it back into the beat, and then we'll check out what kind of effect we get with this. Right, so that sounds pretty good. We hear the pad, we still get some of the rhythmic and gating effects. So let's go ahead and just turn on, now we can turn on the beat. Again, you don't need to have the beat on, so you can actually mute the beat and then choose maybe another Apple loop, or you have maybe your own custom beat to this, and you could just layer this. So this could just be kind of like an effect for you. But I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on the beat so that we can hear what this production sounds like with everything together. Right, so that's how you use the noise gate, how you could sidechain your beats into your pads, and you can pretty much create these really cool effects and create really cool production in your mixes. If you have any questions, you could drop your comments down below, and I'll get to them as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the ring button so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. Also, don't forget to check out the John Moon Studios store. I have a variety of merch with the official John Moon Studios logo on it. Don't forget to share with your musician friends. I will see you guys soon.